Welcome to Beasnael. We are not the same. Did you learn something from our first episode with Nkumu Katalay? Well, guess what? We have part two of our conversation with the Congolese musical artist, Nkumu Katalay. Right. Ignite something in you. Yes, yes. No, you're being modest, Kumu, because I know that throughout the years living in New York, you've not only worked with your mayor, if I'm correct, you've done some pretty meaningful things for the Congolese community, but also for myself, who's, someone from the diaspora, and for anyone who's African American. And you've taken it further. Tell us a little bit about is it a band or the classes and some of the things that you do for the community?
Well, as far as project, I have a band, but it's a band and a project because it's called Nkumu Katalay and the Lifelong Project.
Oh,
because
wow.
in my philosophy, like when you write the band name, you see the word Lifelong Project in quote, because within the spectrum of my philosophy, I discovered that life is a long project for the living, right? So because life is filled with activities, at all costs, like you and I conversing, me playing the drum, these are all a bunch of activities, but the most mature activities are projects.
A project.
Like a country, like a nation is a project. Because within a nation, there's this notion of goals and plans and vision, a fulfillment of certain, items all put together. Because when these items are accomplished, it nourishes either the lives of the substance involved. So projects are like that. So life is full of activities. The most mature activity are project. So therefore I declare, life is a long project. So my band is a band and a project because when you say band, you limit it to music. But when you call it a project, then you're expanding it to the narrative, the storytelling, to initiatives, to getting involved in communal, based ideas, or expanding where I'm able to teach the youth music like I do for the after school. I'm able to teach drumming for the young people, the elderly. Now, there's a second aspect. I also have a dance company where through it, I'm able to.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beasnael, I have to I have to talk over you. Sorry, Beasnael, we are not the same. If you have not seen Nkumu Katalay dancing, I have watched some of your videos and I've tried some of the moves. Okay, some people don't DM me. Some people say I have 3 left, but you know what? I can defend myself now that I've been watching some of Kumu's videos. But you know what? Let's not keep everyone into suspense anymore. I see that you're resting your arms on something quite powerful. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit more about that little table rest that you have.
Well, this is a drum. To me, we have the vocal and the drums are the primary instruments to the human lives. Before we've learned to make, bend the string, these are some of the things we've mastered. And my culture, the African cultures, I believe, are like the master of all masters.
Yes.
When it comes to these things, But drums is meant to unify because when our voices was no longer enough, we created something that can let people know. This can let a village next door know by sound if there's danger or if they're calling everybody, or let the whole village know it's time to gather.
And I'm dancing to it.
Drum was like a cell phone in those days. It's like the internet of those days. It still is, but it's now in awe because it's giving us directions.
Absolutely. I mean? So is that what you call the talking drum? I know viewers, we cannot see it, and we're Zoom.
No, but this is not a talking drum. It's just this is the conga drum.
The drum. Okay. Okay.
This is a conga drum. Talking drum. I've avoided the word talking because this specific idea, right? Like in West Africa, you have this drum here, which they'll call the talking drum, and you have the djembe, which talks as well, because djembe makes call, but it talks. congas or Congolese drum, while they can do message, they're more melodic. You know what I mean?
They're more melodic, yes. And
Yeah.
that stems from the rumba tunes. Why is it more melodic?
Bon, given the tonality, right?
Yes.
Like if I'm playing a djembe, I'm high. Well, I'm trying to mimic djembe. This is not a djembe, right? I'm here. Even when if I'm doing, see the in djembes, you have the doom doom that does the rhythm, right? It's more melody because it's the
Okay.
medium. But the djembe itself will do plackety, plackety, like it's talkative because it's very high frequency.
Oh,
But drums like this is low frequency,
mm-hmm.
lower bass, and then medium range, right? You have the sound that will come out. That's the melody. It's rhythm, but it has a melodic, sense.
Okay, give us a little something. It's all yours. Give us a little something, because I know some of your songs go from Elonga. The latest we have "I Am Yours," which I'm a big fan because of the word, the message in that. In my previous show, you could hear it. But give us a little sample, a sample of something.
Let's see.
Whoa. Okay. What were you saying? I mean, it was beautiful.
But usually I don't like to translate. The reason I don't like to translate, I want the human mind to develop the ability to go within itself to pick what the melody is saying. But by gracefully, what I've been able to do sometime in my song, I throw a little English here, I throw a little French here, to be fair. But I don't want to submit into translating to no one, because I want people to really bear and listen and hear. You know what I mean?
No, thank you for doing that. I think you're one of the few musicians. I believe most African musicians now do the same thing, but I think you're very conscious. I think few Congolese musicians, if I could say so. Usually you hear the melodic tunes in French and in Lingala or in Bakongo.
I also have Congolese best friend here. The guitar.
But see, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Beasnael, we're not the same. I have gotten his attention. Now he's showing me all his little toys. Don't get a multi-instrument. You know what? I can't even speak, but wow, I am so impressed with all your talents. But what I was basically saying was that most Congolese musicians, sing in Lingala or in French, or will throw one sentence here and there in English. But I noticed that with you, you have full, choruses in English, then in French, then in Lingala. Yeah.
You gotta tap into mechanism. The key is, communication is a mechanism, right?
Yes.
The reason I said I just saying something, because if I were to translate to the whole world now, we will not have time to listen to the art or to develop our arts of listening.
Absolutely.
All right. But relatively, given the time and a specific place, what we'll facilitate those sort of communication. Because I also realized with the Anglophone world, because the English language is so popular in the world, like there's this assumption, oh, tell me what you're singing about. But I'll let you know. I want you to sit quiet and feel what I'm singing about. Because that's the first dimension I'm sharing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. How has the pandemic affected you?
I mean, there's a paradox, right? The paradox is a grave moment. We lost a lot of lives. But us artists, we had to get up because our community needed us.
Yes.
They need positive narrative. So, it's like it made me more hungry.
Right.
To content. On the business level, I mean, last year I did 60 concerts.
Wow. Yeah. No, you did how many? Repeat that.
60.
Wow.
So technically, the way relationship were built from last year, We gained the confidence of multiple cultural centers. We did a lot of workshops in schools for children. Like it was just like left, right.
No,
Like
I followed your journey last year, and I kept
Mhm,
saying, I know when we met in New York, I kept saying, oh my goodness, I would have loved to attend a full concert, a full Kumu Katalay
mhm,
concert, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's like none other. You have music, you have dance, then you have speeches, it's just a full
mhm,
on production. You,
mhm.
how do you prepare for something like that? I know that with the pandemic, with the lockdowns, you haven't been able to go out, but what's a everyday preparation for a production like what you do?
But now we're altering, we're going into more virtual life.
Yeah.
But technically, the good thing about all this, I realized when the pandemic started,
Yes.
I did not have energy in the beginning. So
Oh,
I rested for the first time in 12 years. I started to sleep 8 hours. I
wow.
didn't know how it looks like. So the pandemic allowed me to sleep because I was worried. First, I was worried, like with the news, you were worrying about your own self, right? So it got me into fasting
Yeah.
and sleeping, because I wanted my immune system to kind of reboost, to
Yeah.
get itself somewhere. So that fatigue allowed me to sleep
Mm.
the way I never slept before. And then I started to regain my strength. And
Yeah.
then suddenly I saw the need with all this negative news, like the light just went poof. Like as an artist, you must create, you must provide your community, provide them a fill to those gaps. Like so,
Right.
it's like since then I haven't stopped. Meaning, but the beautiful thing about it, what I'm doing now has been the preparation of years with Don't Know. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Like, this sort of conversation, uh, solo drum on solo teaching. So I'm just applying what have been a continuous work for me.
mm,
So at this moment, it just turned out that I was ready for years without realizing.
really. You have to stay ready, right?
Mhm,
Especially with what we do and the message that you're sending.
mhm.
You know, give us a little something with your guitar. Giving
Oh,
orders, y'all. I'm loving this moment.
uh, let me see. Let me play one thing with the guitar itself first. Bomengwe loko nini, bomengwe utawapie, eloko nini, lelo topomala pona bomengo. Oh, est-ce que ça bomengo, montago kiko vivete, yango na lingi na yeba, aha, bomengo.
And what's
This is
that
a
sound?
little from the Congolese classic, right? The
Okay.
song is called Ebalea Congo, but I just call it Masua.
Okay. Well, what did you think? Please follow Kumu Katalay on all musical platforms. And you know what? I learned something. I even learned some Congolese words, some Lingala words, I should say. Not Congolese. There are several dialects in the Congo. But thank you for tuning in. Tuning next week. Let's see who we have in on Beasnael. We are not the same.